Something changed in Josh Allen this season. The arm talent? Still elite. The rushing ability? Still deadly. But there was something different. Something unstoppable. Defenses tried everything, yet he torched them anyway. Was it his leadership, a new mindset, or just pure dominance? One thing's for sure, the NFL couldn't stop him, and now he's holding the MVP trophy. Let's break down the key games, unforgettable plays, and the Buffalo love story that made Allen's 2024 season legendary. In case you've been living under a rock or maybe stuck playing Madden franchise mode for the last 6 years, Josh Allen didn't just show up in 2024 and decide to dominate. The Bills drafted him in 2018, and let's be honest, plenty of experts thought he'd be a bust. Accuracy concerns, wild throws, the usual rookie QB struggles. But instead of flopping, Allen leveled up every season, turning into one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in football. And in 2024, he went full Tecmo mode. 3,731 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, only 6 picks, plus 531 rushing yards, and 12 more TDs. He ran through defenses, hurdled grown men, and now he's holding the MVP trophy. But how did he pull it off? We're about to relive Allen's top games and biggest plays of the season. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for number 1. It might just be the best game of his life, or at least of this season. Either way, it's gonna be filthy. All right, so week 1 finally rolls around after a long offseason, and the Bills come out looking kinda rough. They're down 17-3 early, and for a second it's like, is this how we're starting the season? But Josh Allen wasn't about to let that slide. He flipped the switch and took over. He lit up Arizona's defense, completing 18 of 23 passes for 232 yards and 2 TDs. But slinging it wasn't enough. He made plays with his legs too, picking up 39 yards on the ground and punching in 2 more TDs. And of course, because he's Josh Allen, he hurdled Budda Baker like it was Madden, landing right in the end zone. Oh, and he tweaked his non-throwing hand on that play. But did he leave the game? Nah, he stayed in, kept balling, and led Buffalo to a 34-28 comeback win. This was a Week 1 statement victory. The MVP tour? It started right here. The Jaguars walked into Buffalo thinking they had a shot. Josh made sure they didn't. From the opening drive, he was slinging darts, picking apart Jacksonville's defense like he had their playbook. He finished with 283 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, plus 42 yards and a rushing TD on the ground. Because why not? By halftime, the Bills were up 34-3, and the Jags looked like they wanted to head back to Florida early. Buffalo didn't take their foot off the gas. The final score? 47-10. This wasn't a game. It was a hunting trip, and Josh Allen bagged himself a Jaguar. Miami came into Buffalo looking to steal a division win. Josh had other plans. This one was a slugfest from the start. Every time Buffalo scored, Miami punched right back. By halftime, it was anyone's game. But when the second half rolled around, Josh took over. He carved up Miami's defense, throwing 3 second-half TDs, putting the Bills in control. Even after all that, Miami wouldn't go away. With the game tied at 27-all, it came down to one final drive. Buffalo marched down the field, and Tyler Bass drilled a franchise record 61-yard game winner as time expired. The Bills won, 30-27. Josh reminded the Dolphins that the AFC East still runs through Buffalo. The undefeated Chiefs rolled into Buffalo sitting at 9-0, and the media was already talking about a perfect season. Josh shut that down real quick. From the jump, he kept the Kansas City defense guessing, moving the ball through the air and on the ground. He finished with 262 yards and a TD, plus 55 rushing yards, proving once again why he's one of the most dangerous QBs in football. But the defining moment? 4th and 2. Game on the line. And Josh calls his own number. He took off, bulldozed a defender, and scored on a 26-yard TD run to ice the game. Buffalo walked away with a 30-21 win, giving the Chiefs their first loss and proving once again that they could go toe-to-toe with the AFC's best. Beating a tough 49ers defense is one thing. Scoring 3 different ways? That's legendary. Josh put on an all-time performance, becoming the first QB in NFL history to throw, run, and catch a touchdown in the same game. He picked apart San Francisco's defense, throwing for 318 yards and 2 TDs. In the red zone, he powered through a defender for a rushing TD, keeping Buffalo in control. And then came the play nobody saw coming. Josh fired a quick pass to Amari Cooper, who turned upfield but spotted defenders closing in. At the last second, Cooper lateraled it back, and Josh instinctively took off. He had nothing in front of him but white, racing toward the pylon and diving Superman style for a 12-yard TD, capping off one of the wildest plays of the season. Buffalo cruised to a 35-10 win, clinching their 5th straight AFC East title. If there was any doubt about Josh winning MVP, this game erased it. In Week 14, the Bills faced the Los Angeles Rams in a high-scoring thriller. Josh Allen delivered a historic performance, becoming the first NFL player to record 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns in a single game. He threw for 342 yards and added 82 on the ground, accounting for all 6 of Buffalo's touchdowns. Despite Allen's heroics, the Bills trailed 44-35 late in the fourth quarter. Josh led a late drive, capping it with a rushing touchdown to narrow the gap to 44-42. However, the Bills couldn't recover the ensuing onside kick, sealing their defeat. This loss snapped Buffalo's 7-game winning streak and dropped their record to 10-3. Even in defeat, Allen's performance further solidified his MVP candidacy, showcasing his dual-threat capabilities and leadership. Facing the NFC's top-seeded Detroit Lions, Josh delivered an MVP-caliber performance. He threw for 362 yards and 2 touchdowns, and added 68 yards and 2 more scores on the ground. The game was a high-scoring shootout, with both teams combining for over 1,000 yards of offense. A pivotal moment came in the fourth quarter when the Lions attempted an onside kick with 12 minutes remaining. Bills receiver Mac Hollins recovered the kick and returned it to the Detroit 5-yard line. On the next play, Josh hit Ray Davis for a touchdown, extending Buffalo's lead. The Lions fought back, but the Bills held on for a 48-42 victory. This win snapped the Lions' 11-game winning streak and improved the Bills' record to 11-3. Josh's performance further solidified his case for MVP, showcasing his ability to excel in high-pressure situations against top-tier competition. Buffalo's love affair with Josh Allen is the stuff of legend. From the moment he arrived, the city embraced him, not just as a quarterback, but as one of their own. His on-field heroics have made him a star, but his connection with the community, that's made him a Buffalo icon. The Bills ended their 17-year playoff drought in 2017, the year before Josh was drafted. But it was Josh who took them from playoff hopefuls to perennial contenders. Under his leadership, Buffalo became an AFC powerhouse and a team no one wanted to face. Whether it's his viral fan interactions or helping raise nearly $700,000 for O'Shea Children's Hospital, Josh's bond with Buffalo is unmatched. He's not just the Bills' QB, he's the heart of the city. Josh didn't just have a great season, he had one for the history books. He shattered records, dominated defenses, and carried Buffalo to another division title. Whether it was torching Miami, out-dueling Mahomes, or making NFL history against the 49ers, Josh proved time and again that no one meant more to their team. Lamar Jackson had a phenomenal season and made it a tight race. But when the MVP votes were counted, Josh came out on top. He finished with 383 total points, and 27 first-place votes, edging out Jackson by 21 points to finally claim the 2024 NFL MVP. After years of proving himself, Josh Allen got the recognition he deserved. And Bills Mafia? They knew it all along.
Go Bills.